Hello students, let us study in node analysis. Okay, some problems on node analysis. Here for the network shown in figure, determine the node voltage by node voltage analysis. Here they have given the circuit and they are asking us to calculate the node voltages. Here three nodes are there, 1, 2 and 3 nodes. So node is a point where more than one elements are joined. Okay, so here three nodes are there. You may observe that here we have a current source. This current source actually it is they have given wrong. Here it is an voltage source. This one they have given wrong. It is an voltage source. Okay, so we will go for this circuit. Here we have three nodes, V1, V2 and we have taken another third node as ground. Means any one node we have to consider it as a reference node. The one which have more elements connected generally will take that node as a reference node, or the below one in the given circuit we consider it as a reference node. Any node we can consider. Usually we will consider a node which have more elements connected to it. Okay, so now we have to apply the node analysis for the given expression. Node analysis means we have to apply KCL, Kirchhoff current law. How many currents are connected to this node? Okay, here we are assuming the current as this current as I1, I2 and I3. The directions are arbitrary, means any direction you want you can take. Okay, it is not compulsory to write the direction like this, but once the direction is written, the same direction should be used to calculate the problem. Okay, calculate the values in the problem. Here you may observe that this is I1, I2 and I3. So you know that algebraic sum of currents at a node equal to 0. Here current, in another words I can tell, sum of algebraic sum of the incoming currents is equal to algebraic sum of outgoing current. Algebraic sum of currents equal to 0 or incoming currents is equal to outgoing current. What are the incoming currents here? So there is no incoming current. What are the outgoing currents? I1, I2 and I3. So they have written I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0. All are outgoing current. Here there is no incoming current, so they have taken it as 0. So we can take incoming current as positive, outgoing current as negative, or vice versa. Okay, so here we will go for another node V2. Here what are the currents connected to V2? So there are 1, 2, 3 currents, that is I2, I4 and I5. So I2 is incoming current, I4 and I5 are outgoing current. So they have taken I2 as positive, I4 and I5 as negative. So I2 minus I4 minus I5 is equal to 0. Or you can take I4 and I5 as positive, I2 as negative. I4 plus I5 minus I2 equal to 0. You will get the same thing. Okay. Now we have to apply. So in order to apply the node analysis, this I1, I will show you how to calculate the value of this I1. So the current I1 is moving from V1 to this voltage 5 with angle 0. So here you may see that the current is coming through this 5 with an angle 0 is opposing the current coming from V1, because the current usually flow from minus to plus. So for that reason, okay, the current going from positive end of the circuit towards the negative end. So for that reason here the current is opposing, the current is moving in this direction which is opposite to this one. So I have to take V1 minus 5 with an angle 0, means the voltage between this resistance is V1 and 5. So and it is starting from V1 and the current is moving towards 5 with an angle 0. So V1 minus 5 with an angle 0 by 5. Okay. So next is your I3. I3 is moving from V1 and ground. So I can take V1 minus 0 divided by J2. So current I2. I2 is moving from V1 to V2. So V1 minus V2 divided by 4. So I4 current is moving from V2 to ground. So V2 minus 0 divided by minus J2. Okay. And lastly the current I5 is moving from V2 to 5 with an angle 90, and once again it is in opposite direction, so I have to take minus. Okay, V2 minus 5 with an angle 90 divided by 2. Okay, now we got all the values. So now these values we have to substitute in the given equation. After substituting the values and rearranging, you will get one equation. This equation we call by the name as node equation. Okay. So equation 1 and 2 we got will get equation 1 and 2 after substituting those values in the problem. Whatever the values are there for current, these values I1 is equal to this, I1 is equal to this, I2 is equal to I3. These values after substituting we'll get those things, these two equations we'll get. Okay, so now we'll calculate the determinant using this one. So the elements connected to V1 is 0.45 minus j 0.5. The one which is connected to V1 in this one is 0.25. Here minus 0.25 and this 0.75 plus j into 0.5, okay, with minus sign. So this is our delta, and we can calculate by cross multiplying, and we can get that first column first element into second column second element. After multiplying these two and minus these two, we will get the value of delta. Okay, I think you know how to calculate the determinant. After calculating the value of d, replace the first column by the constant. Here what are the constant we have? One is 1, another one is j25. Okay, so 1 and j25 are the 2.5 are the constant. Okay, so after placing these values 1 and j2.5, okay, and calculating value of d1, so we'll get the value of d1. For d2, replace the second column by the constants, okay, and calculate the value of d2. After getting d1 and d2, v1 can be, our first variable can be calculated by d1 by d, and second variable can be calculated by d2 by d. Okay, so we'll go for next problem. Find the current I1 in the circuit shown in figure using nodal analysis. Okay, so they have given the circuit and they are asking us to calculate the current I1 using the nodal analysis. Okay, first step is we have to search the nodes. How many nodes are there? 1, 2 and 3 nodes. Okay, so node should see, I cannot take these two as node because there is no element in between them. Okay, so these all points we consider it as a single node. That is here we have taken that as V3, or we have taken it as ground, and other two nodes I have taken V1 and V2. Okay, so now we will apply, let us take here the current as IA, IB and I1. Okay, randomly they have chosen. This is already the current we have choose for this. So IC, then 2. In question, if they have given the value of the current, you choose that value. If they have not given, you choose the value whichever you want. Just variable name you can take it. Okay, now apply the node analysis for each of them, means KCL you apply. So what are the current incoming and outgoing currents here? IA and I1 are incoming, IB is outgoing. So IA plus I1 minus IB equal to 0. Here IB plus 2I1 minus IC is equal to 0. Okay, so we get two equations from this. Okay, two equations we got. Now how to calculate the value of IA, I1, IB, all those things. Okay, IA is moving from, see, you may observe that the current IA, okay, it is moving from the voltage source towards V1. So 20 with an angle 0 minus V1, okay, 20 with an angle 0 minus V1 divided by this 10 ohm. Okay, 20 with angle 0 minus V1 divided by 0. Okay, next, here the current is this impedance is present between V1 and ground, and the current is going from ground to V1. So 0 minus V1 divided by this impedance minus j 2.5 ohm. Next, the current IB. The current IB is moving from V1 to V2. V1 minus V2 divided by the value J4. Okay, so and lastly the current IC. Here the current IC is moving from V2 to ground. V2 minus 0 divided by J2. Okay, so after calculating these values we have to substitute in the equation. In this equation we have to substitute these values. After substituting those values we will get two equations. So this is one equation. Okay, after simplifying this equation we got like this, and after simplifying the second equation we will get like this. Okay, two equations are ready. Now these two equation 1 and 2 should be written in the fashion of delta. So in the form of an equation, matrix fashion you can write. So delta can be written by the coefficients of V1 and V2. Coefficients of V1 in two equations, coefficients of V2 in the two equations. Okay, so we got delta. So in order to calculate V1, we have to replace the first column by the constant. What are the constant in this? It 2 with an angle 0 and 0. So 2 with an angle 0 and 0. These are the constant. Okay. So here in the given question, what they have asked? They have asked to calculate the current through I1. So in order to calculate the current I1, okay, in order to calculate the current I1, so here the I1, I required V1. So if V1 is there, it is enough. So I will calculate just delta 1 by replacing the constant, first column by the constants. Okay, we will calculate delta 1. Once after getting delta 1, V1 can be calculated by D1 by D. V2 can be calculated by D2 by D, but it is not necessary, so we have not calculated. V1 is equal to D1 by D. After calculating the value of V1, we substitute this value in the equation of I1 to get the value of I1. So finally we got the answer of. Okay, we'll go for next problem. Find the power dissipated in 10 ohm resistor by node voltage method. Okay, so find the power dissipated in 10 ohm resistor by node voltage method. Okay, so they have given a circuit and they are asking us to calculate the power dissipated through this 10 ohm resistance. Okay, so in order to calculate this one, first we have to find the current through this one. Once we know the current, we can calculate the power, that is by using I square into R. Okay, so as they have informed, we have to go for node analysis. So let us assume the node. They have mentioned the node V1 and V2. One node and ground also they have mentioned. So here V1, V2 and ground. So other currents, so let us assume the current sources I1, let us assume the currents. Okay, here I1, I2, this is I1, I4, I5, like this. Okay, so now we'll apply node analysis or your node analysis to V1, KCL to V1. So what are the current coming towards the node V1? So the current coming towards V1 is going, okay, there is no current coming, one current is coming, that is 15 ampere. So 15 ampere is the current which is coming towards V1. Which are the currents going out of V1? I1, I2, I3 and this 12 ampere. So 15 equals I1 plus I2 plus I3, okay, plus 12. See, 15 is incoming, rest all are outgoing currents. This equal to 0. Okay, next, applying the node analysis to this V2, I5 is the incoming current and this 12 ampere is also incoming current, I6 is outgoing current and I7 is outgoing current. So we will take these rings and apply, applying KCL to the node 3, we got these values. Okay, so now I think you know how to apply the how to calculate the currents I1, I2 and I3. So I1 is obtained by V1 minus 0 by 8. This I2 can be obtained by V1 minus 0 by 8. This current, what we call 4 ohm, this can be, the I3 can be obtained by V1 minus V3 divided by 4. Okay, the value of your I5 can I5 can be calculated by V3 minus V2 by 2. From where the current is starting into which voltage, from which voltage the current is starting to the voltage where our current is moving. So we have to take the difference between those two voltages divided by the resistance value will give the current value. Means if here I4 is there, so V3 minus V2 divided by 2 will give the current, this I5. Okay, so after applying KCL at node 1, we got this answer. After applying KCL at node V3, we got this value. After applying KCL at node 2, we are getting this value. Okay, so after getting the values, here 3 equations we are getting. These 3 equations can be written in the this is a matrix form. Okay, this is the matrix form. Here it this indicate the values connected to first variable, that is V1. Second, these are the values connected into second variable in all 3 equations. This is the values connected to the third variable, V3 in this question. Okay, of variables, which are those V1, V2, V3. In mesh analysis, it is I1, I2, I3. Okay, and this last one will give the constant. Okay, their constant is 12, 0, 0, 40. Okay, next Now solving these values, after solving these values, okay, we get the value of v3 and we can get the value of v3. Why we are taking v3 only? V1, V2, V3, all three values we will get. Here the voltage what I need is V3. So V3 value is 18.1052. Hope you can see it. Okay, V3 is equal to 18.1052. Okay, so the current going through this the current going through this 10 ohm is V3 minus 0. So V3 minus 0 is equal to the current, that is I4 is the current flowing through this one. So V3 minus 0 by 10. So that is 1.8105. So power dissipated in 10 ohm resistance can be written as I square into R. I square is the current flowing through this 10 ohm is 1.8105 whole square into 10, which is equal to 32.7791 watt. Okay. We'll go for next problem. For the network given in the figure, find IA using node analysis. So IA here, IA is there, actually it is I0. We have to calculate the I0 value using node analysis procedure. Okay. So how many nodes are there in this one? We have 1, 2, 3, 4 nodes are there. Any one node we will take it as a reference node. So let us take the last node as the reference node. Okay. So V1, V2, V3 and V4 they have mentioned. So here we have one thing. Here we have a voltage source without resistance. See, there is a voltage source without any resistance in series. So this voltage source we call by the name as ideal voltage source, because there is no internal resistance connected with that one. So if this is the case, like this, we have three voltage sources present in this question. Yeah, without any internal resistance, directly connected to 21. Indirectly they have connected, but directly connected to this voltage source. This type of if these type of voltage sources come in the network, in order to apply the node analysis, it is difficult because we don't know the current. This the I3 value is difficult to calculate from this branch. So for that reason we will go for super node analysis. In super node analysis, each voltage source will give us one equation. Okay, so you may observe here this voltage source. This voltage source is connected between V4 and V2. So V4 minus V2 is equal to 24 volt. So V4 minus V2 is equal to 24, or V2 minus V4 is equal to minus 24. Both are same. Next we will come to this voltage source. Here this voltage source is connected between ground and V1. So I will take ground, this plus is connected to ground and minus is connected to V1. So 0 minus V1 is equal to 12 volt. 0 minus V1 is equal to 12 volt, or V1 is equal to minus 12 volt. Okay, we'll come here. This plus is connected to V3 and this minus is connected to ground. So V3 minus 0 is equal to 24. So the value of V3 is equal to 24. Yeah, out of four values, you may observe that we have V1, V2 and V3. We got these values, but here we have V2 and V3. So exact value of V2 and V3 we don't know. So we have to apply KVL to any one loop. If another loop is another equation is available, then we can solve this to get the V2 and V4. Okay, so take any one node here. Any node we can take. Let us take node V1. So they are taking node V1. What are the elements connected to node V1? Here we will assume the currents. Okay, let's see which node V2 they are applying to node V2. So the current connected to here also they have assumed each branch we have assumed the current here. Let us assume the current connected to V2 is equal to I3. Okay, this is I1, I2 and I0. So now at node V2, by applying KCL, we have I1 plus, this is I1. What are the outgoing current? I1 is outgoing current, I0 is outgoing, I2 is outgoing and I3 is all are outgoing. So sum of all the currents is equal to 0. Okay, now we will calculate one by one. I1 is going between V2 and V1. So V2 minus V1 by 2 is I1. Okay, so next is I0. I0 is connected between V2 and ground. So V2 minus 0 is equal to V2 minus 0 by 2 is equal to I0. So we got I0. Yeah, that is V2. Next, this current I2 is given by V2 minus V3 by 1 ohm. Okay, V2 minus V3 by 1 ohm. So like this all the currents we will calculate, but we cannot calculate the current I3. Why I cannot calculate this I3? Because we don't know the resistance value in between. It is moving between V2 and V4, but we don't know the resistance value of this 24 volts. So for that reason we have kept I3 as it is. We have not altered. And other values we know, whichever the values we know. That for example, if you know the value of V1, if you know the value of V3, substitute those values and simplify, you get 2V1 plus I3 is equal to 18 volt. Okay, once again they are applying KCL to node V4. So what are the currents coming to V4? I1, so incoming current is I3, outgoing current is I4 and I5. So if we add them, we have I3 minus I4 minus I5 equal to 0. I4 can be calculated where the current I4 is moving, it is moving between V4 and V1. V4 minus V1 divided by 2 will give us I4. V4 minus V3 divided by 2 will give us I5. Okay, substitute those values and simplify, we'll get the value of this. Okay, we got 2V2 plus I3 is equal to 18. Okay, applying KVL to V4, we get another one equation, that is I3 is equal to V4 minus 6. Now we substitute this value in the given equation. Here if I substitute, so after substituting the value, we'll get another one equation, that is 2V2 plus V4 is equal to 24. Already one equation we have. So the equation which we have is V2 minus V4 is equal to minus 24 and 2V2 plus V4 is equal to 24. We substitute by equating these two. Okay, by equating these two we get that, by solving these two we get V2 is equal to 0 and I0 is equal to 0 ampere. Okay, V2 is equal to 0. Because V2 is equal to 0, we know the value of I0. The value of I0 is given by V2. The value of I0 is given by V2 divided by 2. V2 is 0. So for that reason, here the current what I am getting is 0. Okay. Using the node analysis, we'll go for next problem. Using node analysis to find the value of Vx in the circuit shown in figure such that the current through 2 plus J3 ohm impedance is 0. Here they have not given the value of this voltage. Okay, instead of this they have told that the current passing through this 2 plus J3 ohm is equal to 0. Okay, so now let us apply the node analysis. We will calculate V1, V2 and other things. Okay, so what we'll assume the currents here. We assume the current I1, I2, I3, I5 and I4. Okay. After assuming, we will apply KCL to node 1. So after applying KCL to node 1, we have minus I1 because they are outgoing currents, minus I1, minus I2 and minus I3 is equal to 0 because they are considering that outgoing currents are negative. Or you can write I1 plus I2 plus I3 is equal to 0 if we consider these currents as positive, outgoing currents as positive. Okay. So now we know the value how to write I1. I1 is given by V1 minus 30 with an angle 0 divided by 5. Okay. Then I2 is given by V1 minus V2 divided by 2 plus J3 and I2 is given by V1 minus 0 by J5. This we can substitute, and after substituting we will get some value. Okay. Similarly we can apply for this V2. The current I3 is positive, means incoming current is I3 and outgoing currents are I5 and I4. So I3 is equal to I5 plus I4, and this will have to replace I3, I4 and I5 by the values. Okay. After replacing all those things, we will get another equation. In both the equations we substitute I3 is equal to 0. In these two equations we substitute I3 is equal to 0. Okay. After substituting the value of I3 is equal to 0 in these equations, okay, what is I3 here? I3 is the current flowing between V1 and V2. Okay, so V1 minus V2 divided by 2 plus J3 is equal to 0. So because I3 is equal to 0, V1 minus V2 is equal to 0. Okay, and for that reason V1 is equal to V2. You can consider V1 is equal to. Okay, after solving, we'll get the value of V1. After solving all those things, we'll get the value of V1. So once the value of V1 is obtained, we can calculate the other things. Okay, so we apply the KCL for node 3 here. They have applied the once again KCL because we want the value of Vx here. Okay, we want the value of Vx, so here they applied the KCL. After applying the KCL here, we got another equation. In this equation, we know the value of V2. V2 is nothing but V1. Okay, so the one which we don't know is Vx. We have to calculate the value of Vx. Okay, so by doing some mathematics, we'll get the value of Vx. So this is the value of Vx. Okay, hope you understand. Next. Okay, we'll go for next problem. So they have given the voltage, they have given the equation, and they are asking us to calculate, or they are asking us to write the network. The node voltage equation of the network is so and so, and they are asking us to write the equation here. So first one, it indicate V1 into all the elements connected to V1. Okay, so the element which is connected, the value connected to V2 indicate the value between V1 and V2. In second equation, it all the this middle term, this indicate variables which are connected to, not variables, the elements connected to node V2. Okay, so other than this, it indicate the voltages connected, the elements connected between V1 and V2. In simple words, the voltage the element which is common between V1 and V2 is 1 by 4. So here also it is minus 1 by 4. Here this 1 by. So first we have to write two nodes. So two nodes we have to write, and the element connected between V1 and V2 is 4. 1 by 4 because the resistance will come at the bottom. So for that reason, this 4 ohm is connected at the bottom. Okay. Other than this 4 ohm, other than this 1 by 4, the other elements are 1 by J2 and 1 by J5. So 1 by J2 and 1 by J5 means J2 and J5. So J2 is nothing but inductance. Okay, minus J means it indicate capacitance, plus J means inductance. So J2 and 5 ohm without any J term means it indicates the resistance value. Okay, those are connected to V1. Those are connected to V1. Okay, next we will come here. The elements other than 1 by 4 is minus J2 and 1 by 2. So minus J2 is indicate capacitance. So V2 is connected to capacitance, and this 2 ohm is connected here. Okay, 2 ohm. Next. So here for the 5 ohm, the voltage source voltage value connected is 50 with an angle 0. So 50 with an angle 0 is connected to this voltage source. Okay, and here you may see in the equation 15 with an angle 90 is connected here. So 50 with an angle 90 is connected at the output end. Okay, or we can do like this, we can simplify and get the answer. Now find V2 using node analysis of the network shown in figure. So we have to calculate the value of V2. These are some peculiar problem. Here instead of ohm they have given mho, that is your inverse of ohm. Okay, so these things what they have given, it is not resistance, they are admittance. So inverse of resistance. So 6, it is not 6 ohm, it is 1 by 6 ohm or 6 mho. This is 1 by 3 ohm or 3 mho. 4 mho, it indicate 1 by 4 ohm. Okay, rest all are as it is. So now let us write these things in terms of resistance. So see, we have written in terms of resistance now. So here we have 3 nodes. One node we have taken reference node V1, V2 and other things. Okay, so now we apply node analysis to V2, V1. What are the current sources connected to V2? I1, I2. Okay, this 0.45 ampere. These are the currents connected to V2. We apply the KCL here. I1 outgoing current, I2 outgoing current. So I1 plus I2 plus 0.45 equal to 0. Okay, all are outgoing currents, there is no incoming current. So I1 plus I2 plus 0.45 equal to 0. In V1 we have 2 incoming current and 2 outgoing currents. So I2 plus 0.45 they are incoming currents equals I3 plus I4 they are outgoing currents. Okay, so now this one equation for node 1 and another equation for node 2. Okay, so now for these values I1 and I2, I think you know how to calculate the value of I1. So I1 is moving between V2, and see here the direction of current is opposite, so V2 plus 30. See, it is same as the direction of current. So here also it is moving in this direction, and the current here minus to plus, the current moving in this direction. So V2 plus 30 divided by 1 by 6. So V2 plus 30 divided by 1 by 6. 1 by 6, denominator of denominator is numerator. So 1 by 6 will become 6 here. So V2 plus 30 into 6. Actually V2 plus 30 divided by 1 by 6. So because 1 by 6 is there, it become 6 here. Numerator, denominator is numerator. Okay. Next is your I2. Like that we can calculate the value for I2. Okay. After substituting those things, we got one equation. Okay. Now we have to apply the node analysis for second one. So in second value we have to apply the node analysis. Okay. So the value of V2. Okay. So while applying the equation for second one, before applying they have calculated the value of Vx. Vx is equal to minus I1 into 1 by 6. Okay. So where is Vx? Here. This Vx. Where is the value of Vx given? Here they have given the value of Vx. Vx is nothing but the current passing through this. Here the current is moving in opposite to the polarity given here. So whenever the current passes, the entering end should be plus and leaving end should be minus. But here it is in opposite. So while entering here we got minus and afterwards plus. So the value of Vx is equal to minus I1 into 1 by 6. Okay, the value of Vx is equal to minus I1 into 1 by 6. So the value of I1 Vx is equal to minus I1 into 1 by 6. Okay, I1 value, you know, just they have substituted the value. Okay, and now using equation 1 and simplifying, we can get the value of V1 and V2. Okay, so after substituting these values, we can get the value of V1. See here, this is the one what we obtained by applying KCL at node 2. Okay, and after simplifying we can get this value. For the network, we'll go for next problem. For the network shown in figure, determine the node voltage V1, V2, V3, V4 using node analysis. Here they have given the circuit and they are asking us to calculate the node voltages. Okay, they have given the nodes also and they have given the reference node. So if we want to apply the node analysis for this, okay, here you may see that this 5 volt is connected between V1 and V3. So I can write V1 minus V3 is equal to 5 volt. One equation and can get directly from this voltage source, that is V1 minus V3 is equal to 5 volt. Then V2 minus 0 is equal to 5 volt. V2 minus 0 is equal to 5 volt. So we can get the value of V2 also. Okay. So V1 and V2 is ready. V1 minus V3 is equal to 5 volt, one equation. V2 minus 0 is equal to 5 volt, two equations. Okay. Other two equations we have to calculate. Let us consider the current through, let us apply the node analysis to V3 and V4. Okay. So this is the circuit. They have assumed some branch currents. Okay. So next, so as I told, they have taken V2 is equal to 5 volt, V3 and V4 applying KVL. So now they are applying KCL at V3 and V4. Okay. So while applying KCL at V3, we have two things. We have a current here. The current we have is 2 ampere. Okay, that is outgoing current. I1 is incoming and I4 is outgoing. So I can write I1 is equal to I4 minus I2. Sorry, I1 is equal to I4 plus 2. Okay, or I1 minus 2 minus 4 is equal to 0. Okay. So after simplifying, similarly we can apply KCL at node 4. After applying KCL at node 4, we got this equation. After simplifying these equations, okay, after simplifying these equations, we can get the value. Here the value of I2 can be calculated as, where is I2? So in this one I2 is moving between V1 and V4. So V1 minus V4 divided by 5 will give us I2. So the current I5 is given by V4 minus 0 divided by 2 ohm. The current I4 is given by V3 minus 0 by 2. Okay, but we cannot calculate the value of I1 here. I1 is as it is. Okay, so here I can calculate I1 like V2 minus V1 divided by 10. Same I1 is flowing here also. So because there is no loop, we can take the same current here. Because there is no branching and other things, the only incoming current to V1 is I1 and same current is going out. So the current does not, the current value remains same. The value of I1 can be given as V1 minus V2 minus V1 divided by 10 ohm. Okay, so after replacing everything, means after replacing the value of I1, I2, I3 by in terms of V1, V2, V3, okay, so we'll get one equations. We'll get the equations. We'll get 3 equations other than one which we got earlier. Okay, after solving the 3 equations, okay, so we'll get the value of V3 and V4. Okay, using this V3 and V4 we can get the value of V1 also. Okay, from 2 equations they have calculated V3 and V4, and using this value of V3 they can calculate the value of V3. Earlier we got this one, V1 minus V3 is equal to 5 volt, or V1 minus 5 is equal to V3. So after substituting the value of V3 here, we get the value of V1. Okay, so next we'll go for another problem. For the network shown in figure, find the node voltage VD and VC. So this is important question. Okay, many times they have asked. So we have to calculate the voltage between VD and VC. Where is VC? Here it is VC. Okay, and VD. So generally what we used to do is we are used to take the last one, this as a reference node. Okay, but they have asked this node only. They have asked VC only to calculate. So I cannot take VC as the reference node. So for that reason we will take some other nodes. Okay, so here for all the nodes they have marked. The only node they have not marked is this. Let us take this middle one as a reference node because many elements connected to this node. Okay, so they have taken this as the reference. See, they have taken it as a reference node and they are applying the KCL. Here we are getting a ideal current source here. So means a current voltage source without any resistance connected directly. Okay, so it is connected between A and B. So I can take it as A VA minus VD. It is D here. VA minus VD is equal to 6I. So this is one equation. Here they have not mentioned. So VA minus VD is equal to 6I is one equation. Next, they assume the branch currents, okay, in different places, and then they have applied the KCL at each node. So here they have applied the KCL at node VA. Okay, what are the currents, incoming currents and outgoing currents? I3 is incoming current, I4 and I5 are outgoing currents. I3 we can calculate, that is VB minus VA divided by 2. I4 also we can calculate, VA minus 0 divided by 2. We cannot, we don't know the value of I5, we'll keep the I5 as it is. Okay, now we'll go for second equation in VB. For VB we will apply the mesh analysis KCL. So I3 all are outgoing, so I3 plus I2 plus I1 is equal to 0, or minus I1 minus I2 minus I3 is equal to 0. Okay, so here we know the value of we don't, so VB minus C divided by 2, so that is I1. Then VB minus 0 divided by no, we don't know the value here, so we will take it as I2. Okay, here the value of this is VB minus VA divided by 2, that is the value of I3. So here there is a 8 volt. So 8 volt, because it is an ideal voltage source, we can write the value directly, that is VB minus 0 is equal to 8 volt. So VB value is equal to 8 volts. So we got the value of VB here. Okay, VB minus 0 divided by VB minus 0 is equal to 8 volt. Okay, so we know the value of VB here. So this is current source. Okay, so now what are the values we know? Just substitute those values, okay, and try to simplify. See, we got the value of VB is equal to 8 because it is a ideal voltage source. Okay, after substituting all these things, we get one equation. Now we'll apply the node analysis for this. Okay, what are the elements connected to this one? I1, 4 amperes and I6. So I1 plus 4 ampere plus I6 is equal to 0. Okay, once again calculate the value. So I6 is given by VD minus VC divided by 2. This I1 is given by VB minus VC by 2, and this 4 ampere as it is. Just put those values, we'll get another one equation. And lastly we can go for the VD here. What are the incoming currents for this VD? 3 VC is one incoming current. Okay, this I5 is another incoming current. Outgoing current is IC. So I5 plus 3 VC minus I6 is equal to 0. So we get 4 equations by using this 4 unknowns, and because of these two voltage sources we'll get another 2 equations. So we got the equation for VB value we got, and we got the value of VA minus VD by using this node. Okay, so by using all these 6 equations and simplifying, we can get the value of V1, V2, VA, VB and VC and VD. Okay, so let us move to next problem. By using the node analysis, find the voltage VAB for the network shown in figure. So they have given a network and they are asking us to calculate the voltage between A and B. Okay, once again this is a peculiar problem. So how many nodes are there in this? So we forget A and B. Okay, because if we forget A and B, or we can take VA and VB also. Okay, here they have taken it as only one node, only 2 nodes they have considered. Okay, so this is one node and another node. One node they have grounded. Okay, and to this node we have some currents. So the currents connected to 2 ohm they are called by the name as I1. The current going out of 3 ohm they have taken it as I2. Okay, so now applying KCL at node 1. So by applying KCL at the node 1, if I apply KCL, I minus I1 minus I2. So I minus I1 minus I2 is equal to 0 because I is incoming, I1 and I2 are outgoing. Okay, so now we will have to calculate the value of this. See, these 2 resistances are in parallel. We can take a parallel combination of this. So J5 into J10 divided by J5 plus J10. So J5 50 J into J square. So minus 50 divided by 15. Okay, minus 50 divided by 15. Okay, so and after simplifying we are getting the value of J33. Okay, so denominator J will come to numerator and we get a value J333 ohm. Okay, now these 2 resistances are in series, so 2 plus J333 ohm is one value. So the current I1 is given by V1 minus 0 divided by 2 plus J333. Okay, so V1 divided by 2 plus J333, this will give the value of I1. So after simplifying it looks like this because we know the value of okay, so by knowing the value of V1 we can calculate this. See, V1 is as it is. We have not we don't know the value of V1. So V1 kept as it is. This one, when it goes to numerator, it looks like this. Next we are calculating I2. Okay, where is I2? It is present here. Okay, the I2 is from here to here. So V1 minus 0 divided by 3 plus J4. V1 minus 0 divided by 3 plus J4. So we get another one equation. Sorry, we got the value of I2. So we have I1 and I2. So we'll apply here. We know that I is equal to I1 plus I2. I is equal to I1 plus I2. So substituting this in equation 1. In equation 1, after substituting these things, we will get the value of V. Once we know the value of V1, we can calculate the value of I1 and I2. So we calculated the value of I1 and I2. I1 and I2 is the current flowing through these 2 ohm and 3 ohm. But they are asking us to calculate the voltage between A and B. Okay, so in order to move from A to B, either I can go like this or I can move like this. Okay, so if I go like this, so there will be a complicated things, so it is better to go in this direction. So first A will move to a 0.2 ampere, then 3 ohm, then from A to 2 ohm resistance, 3 ohm resistance, and then to B. So here the voltage across, so VAB is nothing but voltage between A and B is nothing but the after traveling a path from A to B, what voltage we are getting. Okay, so the voltage at 2 ohm is nothing but current into 2 ohm. So the current, you may have seen that the current from node, if I go, this is plus and this is minus. So here plus we are getting and here minus. So while traveling, you will get first minus, then you will get the plus value. Okay, so for that reason here I can take this as minus I1 into 2. Then while moving, see from A to B, while moving, first I will get the current in opposite direction. So minus I1 into 2, the current I am getting in opposite direction. So minus I1 into 2, okay, plus I2 into 3 from A to B, minus I1 into 2 plus I2 into 3 is equal to 0, or VAB. So the voltage across VAB is given by A to B can be written as 3I2 minus 2I1. Minus I1 into 2 plus 3 into I2 is equal to 0. So here minus 2I2, 2I1 into 3I2. So simplify, we get the value of VAB. Okay, so we'll go for next problem. Find the voltage at nodes 1, 2, 3, 4 for the network shown in the figure. So already you know how to solve the problems, but just I will help you. Yeah. So in this given network, already they have mentioned node values, they have given the reference, everything, and now they are asking us to calculate the value of V1, V2, V3. Okay, assume the branch currents. Okay, see any direct voltage sources if it is available, that is ideal voltage source. Here one ideal voltage source is there, here one ideal voltage source is there. Okay, current sources are there, it is we can apply in the formulas, in formulas they will come. Okay, so here this can be written as V1 minus 0. So here plus is connected to ground and minus is connected to V1. So for that reason 0 minus V1 is equal to 12 volt. 0 minus V1 is equal to 12 volt. So V1 is equal to minus 12 volt. So V1 is equal to minus 12 volt. Here there is another one. So V3 minus V4 is equal to 0.2 into Vy. Okay. Here we are there. Okay. So V3 minus V4 is equal to 0.2 into V3. Somewhere here they have given. Okay, here it is. V4 plus 0.2 into Vy is equal to V3. Okay, so instead of writing like this, that is V3 minus V4 is equal to 0.2 Vy, they have written like this. Okay, both are same. So now we got these two equations are available. We can write it in the form which is needed. What is Vy? Let us see where Vy is. Vy is here. So Vy is the voltage between V4 and V1. So Vy can be written as V4 minus V1. Plus is connected to this and minus is connected to V1. So Vy can be written as V4 minus V1. So for that reason Vy here can be written as V4 plus 0.2 into V4 minus V1, and after substituting we will get the another one equation. Okay, so now apply KCL at node V2, we will get one more equation. Okay, that is here the currents are 14 ampere is incoming. So plus 14 minus is equal to I2 minus plus 14 ampere is equal to I2 plus I4. Okay, so I2 is given by V3 minus V1 divided by this 0.5 ohm, and I4 is given by V2 minus V3 divided by 2 ohm. Okay, like this, after substituting the values here wherever we needed, we have to substitute the value. See here 0.5 into Vx is there, that current is moving towards V3. Okay, so where is Vx? Vx is nothing but the voltage between V2 and V1. Okay, so while solving you will come to know how to do this problem. Okay, I think you understood this one. We'll go for next problem. So in short, because 4 nodes are there, okay, and we have two ideal voltage sources, so two ideal voltage sources will give us two equations. Okay, remaining two equations can be obtained by applying KCL at another two nodes. Okay, and simplifying we will get other two equations. Totally we will get 4 equations, but after solving the 4 equations we will get the value of V1, V2 and V3. Okay, next, calculate. It is also a very important problem. Calculate the power delivered by the source in the circuit shown in figure using nodal analysis. So here you may observe that they have given a circuit. Here instead of home, they have, see here they have given home. Okay, but for this and this they have given mo. Okay, so here I have to convert it into home. So how to convert this mo into home? 1 by 1 minus j. So see, 1 by 1 minus j. Okay, they have not written, okay, properly they have not given the circuit. Actually the circuit is like this. So this is the actual circuit. Here all the elements present in the circuits are in mo. Okay, mo means 1 by 2 inverse of home. Okay, so now apply node analysis KCL at V1, V2, V3. First we'll apply node analysis at V1. What are the elements connected to V1? So I1, I2, okay, here I3 and okay, I3 connected to this one. Here we can take it as I5. Okay, so by applying KCL at node 1, all the 3 nodes, we will get 3 equations. By solving these 3 equations we can get the value of I, V1, V2 and V3. One thing we have to remember, all the admittances they have given, we have to convert it into impedance. So how to convert these admittances into impedance? By taking inverse of this, 1 by 2, 1 by j1, 1 by 1, 1 by 2, like that. Okay, so after simplifying we will get the value of these things. Okay, so here see, I1 is equal to V1 into the current I1, the current flowing through this one is V1, that is 15.7. Here by miss they have given, this is I1. Okay, the current through this 1 ohm resistance is I1. Okay, so that is V1 into 1. Why V1 into 1? Current, this is I1. Actually the current flowing through this 1 ohm, 1 mo is I1. So it is given by V1 minus 0 divided by 1 by 1. 1 by 1 is nothing but 1. So for that reason 1 into V1 is nothing but the current flowing through this. Here the current flowing between V1 and V2 is, that is I2 is V1 minus V2 divided by 1 by j 1 ohm. Okay, 1 by 1 j ohm is equal to 1 ohm. In other words, so V is given by, can write V is equal to I into R. Okay, I is equal to V by R. So 1 by R is nothing but G. 1 by R is nothing but G. So I can write I is equal to V into G. G is nothing but conductance. So because all the elements are conductance here, directly I can write the value as, so V1 into 1 ohm will give the current through this. So the value of I2 is given by V1 minus V2 into J1 ohm. The current I5 is given by V2 minus V3 into J2 ohm. Okay, the current through I4, the current I4 is given by V2 minus 0 by V2 minus 0 into 2 ohm. Okay, instead of dividing we can multiply if the conductances are there. Conductances can be multiplied with the voltage to get current. Conductances multiplied with voltage will give the current. Like the voltage divided by resistance will give the voltage, will give the current. Okay, see I1, V1 into 1, So I4 V2 into 2, I2 is V1 minus V2 into J1, like this. Okay. After using these things in the equations, okay, so just substitute those values. Here. What are the currents? So we have 15 with angle 7 is incoming current, I1 is outgoing, I2 is outgoing, and I3 is outgoing. So I1 plus I2 plus I3 are the incoming current is 15.7 minus I1 minus I2 minus I3. This is I1 value, this is I2 value, and this is I3 value. After simplifying, we'll get one equation. Similarly, we can apply KCL for node 2 and node 3. Okay, so finally we get the equations. So 1, 2, 3 equations are there. We'll calculate the determinant from these 3 equations. So the values connected to V1 is this. The values connected to V2 is second column. The values connected to third V3 is the third column. So after this we will calculate the determinant. After calculating the determinant, in order to calculate D1 means delta 1, have to replace the first column by the constant. What are the constants here? 15.7, 0 and 0 are the constants. So replace the first column by constant, we will get the value of D1. So replace the second column by constant, you will get the value of D2. Replace the third column by constant, you will get the value of D3. So what they are asking us? They are asking us to calculate the power delivered by this current source. In order to know the power, we should have three formulas. V is equal to P is equal to, that is power is equal to V into I, voltage into current, or power is equal to I square into R, or power is equal to V square divided by R. If they ask voltage or current across resistance or impedance, we will go for V square by R or I square into R. If they ask the voltage or current or power delivered through current source or voltage source, we will go for P is equal to V into I. Here we got the value of V. So power current they have given, that is 15.7. The current voltage connected to this is V1 minus 0. So the voltage connected to this is V1. Okay. So V1 value we know. The power is given by the value V into I cos theta. This is the formula for the power, V into I cos theta. Cos theta is the angle between voltage and current. The angle between voltage and current is 0 degree. So cos we can apply the formula P is equal to V into I cos V into I. So here this one will give the phase angle between V and I. So P is equal to V into I cos theta. Theta value is 8.326. So substitute the value. V value we know that is 6.441. I also we know 15.7, and this angle value also we know. Substitute the value, we will get the value of power. Okay. So last problem, find the current in all the resistance by node voltage method. So here how many nodes are there? 1, 2, 3 nodes and 4 nodes are there. One node we can connect it to ground. Okay, we have 3 nodes. Now we'll assume some currents here, and so because we get an ideal voltage source here, I can take it as V2 minus 0 is equal to 8 volt. One voltage I can obtain through the ideal voltage source, so that is V2 is equal to 8 volt. Okay, then after this you apply the KCL at V1, V2 and V3, we'll get these 3 currents, and for each current we know the each current should be written in terms of the node voltages. So after writing the, for example, I1 is the current flowing through this 1 ohm, which is between V1 and this V3. V1 minus V3 divided by 1 ohm will give the current value I1. Like this for all the current resistances we can calculate for all the currents should be calculated. After calculating the current, this substitute this current value in this one. Okay, the current I3 is unknown, we'll keep the value of I3 as it is, we will not, and that value we will substitute somehow to get the answer. Okay, so other currents will calculate, this calculated values will put in this equation 2, 1, 2 and 3 to get 2 equations. After solving these 2 equations, we can get the value of V1 and V3. V2 already we obtained, so after solving these equations we will get the value of V1 and V3. Okay, once we know the value of V1, V2, V3, we can calculate the currents by using this formula. By using this value, we can calculate the currents I1, I2, I4 and I5. Okay, I3 is the assumption, means we are assuming the current through your voltage source. Okay, so I3 is not required here. So but in order to solve the problems, we required I3. So for that reason, other than I3, we can get all the current values. Hope you understood. Okay, thank you.